You're not weak. You're not broken. And you're not cursed. But if you're honest, there's a part of you that keeps returning to pain like it's home. Even when you finally get peace, you sabotage it. Even when things start going well, you get restless. Even when love is healthy, you feel bored. And you tell yourself it's just bad luck. But what if it's not? What if the real reason you keep suffering is because suffering has become familiar? Because somewhere along the way, your mind learned something terrifying. Pain is predictable, and predictable feels safe. You don't want to suffer, but your nervous system trusts suffering more than it trusts peace. And that is one of the darkest traps a human being can fall into. Psychologists call it repetition compulsion. The tendency to repeat the same emotional wounds, the same toxic relationships, the same failures, not because you enjoy them, but because your brain is trying to rewrite the past. It's like your mind is stuck in a loop, whispering, maybe this time, it will end differently. So you choose the emotionally unavailable person again. You return to the same kind of friend who drains you. You stay in the same environment that crushes you. Not because you're stupid, but because your mind is chasing a different ending. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't just suffer. They identify with suffering. Suffering becomes personality. It becomes the story you tell about yourself. It becomes the proof that you're strong, the proof that you're deep, the proof that you've survived. And when suffering becomes identity, peace starts to feel like a threat. Because peace raises a terrifying question. If I'm not struggling, who am I? This is why some people feel uncomfortable when life is calm. Because calm feels unfamiliar. Calm feels empty. Calm feels like something bad is about to happen. So you create chaos. Not consciously, but subtly. You overthink. You start fights. You procrastinate. You ruin good opportunities. You pull away from people who care about you. And then you sit alone and say, see, I knew it wouldn't last. But what you really did was return to what your mind recognizes. Pain. Nietzsche had a brutal way of describing this. He believed humans would rather suffer in a familiar way than change into something unknown. Because transformation is terrifying. Growth requires leaving your old self behind. And the old self, even if it's miserable, feels like home. Carl Jung said something similar. He believed that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Meaning, if you don't understand your patterns, you will repeat them forever, and you'll swear life is doing it to you. But it's not life. It's your unresolved self. Now here's the twist. The most dangerous addiction isn't alcohol. It isn't drugs. It isn't money. It's emotional pain. Because emotional pain can make you feel alive. It gives you intensity. It gives you meaning. It gives you something to focus on. And in a strange way, it protects you. Because if you're always suffering, you never have to risk true happiness. You never have to risk vulnerability. You never have to risk the terrifying possibility that things could actually work out. Because if things work out, then you have no excuse. No story. No identity built on survival. And that is terrifying for a mind that has lived in struggle for too long. So you stay in the fire. Because at least the fire is familiar. But here's what no one tells you. Suffering doesn't make you deep. Awareness makes you deep. Suffering doesn't make you strong. Healing makes you strong. Pain is not wisdom. Pain is just pain. Wisdom is what you do with it. And the truth is, some people don't want healing. Not because they love pain, but because healing feels like losing the only thing they've ever known. It feels like betrayal of their past. It feels like letting go of the story that kept them alive. But the past was never meant to be your home. It was meant to be your teacher. And there comes a moment where you have to decide. Will you keep repeating the same suffering, or will you step into the terrifying unfamiliarity of peace? Because peace is not empty. Peace is not boring. Peace is not weakness. Peace is what happens when your nervous system finally stops expecting more. Peace is what happens when you stop needing pain to feel real. And yes, peace will feel strange at first. It will feel like silence after years of noise. It will feel like stepping out of a burning building and realizing you don't know how to breathe without smoke. But that's not a sign that peace is wrong. That's a sign you're healing. So here's the question that might haunt you after this video ends. If your life became calm, truly calm, would you know how to live in it? Or would you destroy it just to feel familiar again? Because the greatest tragedy isn't suffering. The greatest tragedy is becoming so used to suffering that you mistake it for who you are. You are not your pain. You are not your trauma. You are not your past. And the moment you stop returning to the fire, you will realize something powerful. You weren't addicted to suffering. You were addicted to familiarity. And now, you finally have a choice. Not to survive, but to live.